Welcome to the Big 12 Insiders, your Big 12 sports show. Here's your host, Brien Hanley.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? This is your man, Big B, Brien Hanley, and welcome back to Big 12 Insiders along with Tim Fitzgerald. Today is Power Rankings Day. A lot of changes this week. Some movement up and down. I feel like there's going to be some people in the comments that are not going to agree, but that's okay. That's okay. But also, I'm really interested to see how this matches up against the publishers like we always do each week. We match what my power rankings are against what the 24/7 publishers of each individual site within the conference. So should be an interesting time. Fitz, I appreciate you being in here. I'm going to get through this one as best I can. But again, I appreciate everybody for being here. Before we get started, remember to continue to like, follow, subscribe, continue to get in the comments section, and always hit that notification bell so you know exactly when Big 12 Insiders content comes out. Fitz, how you doing, my man?
I'm good. Slept through my alarm this morning, man. Dogs had me up at 2:30 for reasons unknown. Just sometimes they want to have dad awake in the middle of the night, Big B. It's like they're like little kids that never grew up.
No, I absolutely understand that. So, well, let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen. So, obviously, and I say obviously with about as much respect as I possibly can, Oklahoma State is still at number 16. I don't anticipate that changing. It could, but I don't anticipate it changing. That was a thorough beatdown against Texas Tech that we saw. I mean, just one team has it, another team doesn't, and they flex their muscles in that one.
Yeah. What do you say? I mean, Oklahoma State is what it is at this point.
Yeah. They're trying, but sometimes that doesn't mean anything when you play against superior competition. At number 15, I got Colorado. I'm sorry. I mean, if I was being an ass, probably put Colorado at 16 because at least Oklahoma State competes. But my goodness, that was just absolutely disgusting what Colorado put on a football field this past weekend. Just didn't compete. Let Utah just thoroughly embarrass them. You're at 15. And to be quite frank, I'm not sure how I can move you out of there for now, Fitz.
It was awful. That was.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say about that. Maybe having the scrimmage for players put stuff on film wasn't a good idea. I don't know. They just looked totally disinterested in competing at all.
Yeah, didn't compete, not even a little bit in this football game. It was disgusting. Moving on. Again, I don't even want to talk about it because that was a pathetic display of football. It really was. At number 14, I got West Virginia. Now, West Virginia is not much better, but here's the thing. West Virginia at least competes. They're not good. They competed against TCU. They don't have a ton of talent. Not sure if they found a quarterback. Maybe they have. I don't know. But at least they're out there fighting. And for that, I'm going to give them credit. I'm not sure they're more talented than Colorado, but I know they fight, and they have a little bit of heart. Colorado doesn't have any, so they're going to be 14 in my rankings.
Solid move. I mean, at this point with these bottom teams in this conference, we're now rewarding effort plus some bit of skill.
Yeah.
Because if it was just effort only, Oklahoma State would be up there. Colorado would be at the bottom. So what a mess. I hate it when because we're really only a little more than halfway through the conference season.
Yep.
Everyone's got at least 4 to play. We've chucked it already. Oh my gosh, this next month is going to be just miserable for you. Just dreadful.
Yep. And here's the thing. I don't think West Virginia is in that boat. I think West Virginia will come out and fight. They may not win, but at least they're going to fight, Fitz, and they're going to battle. They're not talented, but at least you're going to get that. And that's all you can ask for when you're undermanned. You know what I mean? When you're undermanned, at least go out there and fight a little bit. That's why I'm so disgusted with Colorado. You didn't even try. You didn't even attempt to compete with Utah. And Utah's really good. Let's not kid ourselves. But come on. Come on. Number 13, I got KU. I'm sorry. That was a destruction what Kansas State put on them on Saturday. First off, and I've said it before, if you're not going to win this, you lost 16 straight to them. You're at home, new stadium, experienced, talented quarterback who again played small in a big game. He did. And you get physically whipped like that. I mean, when the hell are you ever going to win? Like, when is that going to happen? I don't know. Doesn't seem like it's going to happen anytime soon. If the last 3 years is any indication, this thing could go to 30. Who the hell knows? That was disgusting by KU. But again, maybe that's on me because I had more expectations for KU this year. So maybe it's on me. I'll take the brunt of that. But I got them at 13. They're not a great football team, Fitz.
Let's not talk about expectations. I picked KU to win. I bought into all the hype. I bought it all. This was it. It was over. It's not over. It's continuing now without the veteran quarterback and the sense of we've closed the gap after 2 close performances. And it goes back to Manhattan next year. I don't even know what to say at this point because Kansas State played its best game of the season and all of a sudden looked like a completely different team. They look like the team we thought we would see. We'll
Correct.
get to them a little bit, but Kansas got the full brunt of that.
Yeah, and Kansas had absolutely no answer.
No.
Just no answer. So it is what it is. At number 12, I got UCF. You know, I'm going to move UCF up a little bit. An interesting game coming up this weekend for them, but you know, I feel like 12 is probably a good spot for UCF right now. And if who knows, you win this weekend, who knows what could happen. I think they are ahead of the game, though. We've said that a couple of times on here. I think they're ahead of where they thought they would be this season, Fitz, as a program. And it's good. It's good because this was a fit for Scott Frost.
Right.
I know he's basically said without saying it, I should have never left. And at least he understands it and he's back. He's happy. His family's happy. And this is a great spot for him. Not to mention when he left, UCF wasn't in the Big 12. They are now. This is a whole new ball game for him.
Yeah. Bigger challenge. Everything just went wrong personally and professionally at Nebraska. So I'm glad he went back. I'm glad he had a spot to go back to. Let's hope this works out for him. I really like Scott Frost. You know, he spent some time here in Manhattan on Ron Prince's staff. Poor guy. He's a fighter. He's a scrapper.
He is.
It's showing up in his team. So I think they're going to get there quickly. Are they going to be the Houston Cougars of 2026? May not go that far, but they're going to get a lot better pretty quickly.
Yeah, they are. I'm excited to see what that program's all about in the next few years. At number 11, I got Baylor. Baylor, such a disappointment. And again, I know the season's not over, but at this point, they've lost 4 games. They can't win the Big 12. I know a lot of people, myself included, thought they would be in the running for this thing. But when you can't stop anybody, then you're just not going to be able to compete in this. No. You have to put up some semblance of defense. And when you can't do that, this is what you get. And this is exactly what they got. Baylor, it is what it is, man. And I've heard this past week, there's more rumblings. There's more rumblings around that program. I mean, we've seen all over the country, Fitz, these Power 4 coaches going down. And we knew that there was rumblings last year before Dave Aranda turned it around. Are the Baylor alum, let's say they turn it around and they end up 8-4, are they still going to be happy? I don't know. I was contacted by 2 separate sources that people are not happy in Waco because they thought they should be better. So it's interesting.
What a roller coaster ride in Waco. Bad, good, pretty good start the season, then bad. And should have probably lost to Kansas State. They didn't. Wow. I don't even know what to say on that because he's a good coach. It's just something's gone wrong.
Mm-hmm.
There's something's missing from this recipe, and I don't know what it is, but I know what it is. It's defense.
Yeah.
It's like flour. You kind of need it for your team to rise. That was a baking analogy, the only one you'll ever get from me. But yeah, they stink. They're moldy bread right now. It's bad.
Yeah, and that's Dave Aranda's calling card is defense. I mean, that's how he literally made his name in this business, is being kind of a defensive wizard. And it is not going well in Waco right now defensively. So those are the first 11, or the first 6, I should say. The first 6 or the bottom 6 compared. Ooh, Arizona, Kansas at 12, UCF, and they got those flipped. Nah, I'm not doing the West Virginia, Colorado thing. I was there, but then I rethought that, Fitz, and I'm like, nope. You know me. When you put together a performance like that, hell, I'm the guy that punished you just for losing a game. You put an effort like that out there. This is a power rankings. Come on, man. Come on. Nope. Screw it. Yeah, ugly.
Colorado, Cincinnati's been through it. Don't disappoint Big B. Don't disappoint Big B. He will carry that disappointment grudge for a while. You may not survive the season before this grudge is gone. This grudge might carry into your performance in spring football.
Yep. Ugly.
Go at the Colorado or your grudge. They're both ugly. I don't ever want Big B to have a grudge against me. It hurts me. Go ahead. Let's continue the show now.
At number 10, I got Iowa State. I called Iowa State frauds a couple weeks ago. People got mad at me. Then I turn around and pick them against BYU because I think, you know what? This is their opportunity to prove me wrong. They're going to snap out of this. No, they're not. And I don't think I'll take it back. I don't think they're a fraud. I just don't think they're a great football team. I don't think they're that good of a football team. They're average. And this is where they are, and that's not taking anything away from BYU, because BYU is a great football team. But Iowa State just, they're above average. They're just above average, but this is where they are in the conference right now. They're at number 10. I don't know. If you would have told me that Bear Bachmeier was going to outplay Rocco Becht on the road by that wide of a margin, I mean, you could have taken all the money I'd ever had, and because I'd have bet everything on that. And it happened. It absolutely happened, Fitz.
I'm a Rocco fan, but this has gone south.
Yep.
Now, it wasn't that big a blowout. I mean, they made a couple mistakes late. Was a difference in the game. But trust me when I say you can't make mistakes against BYU. They'll take those to the bank. And wow, Iowa State is reeling now, and they got another tough one this weekend. So we'll see. We'll see if they can answer this call, because losing games at home isn't their MO, and they just did it, and they might do it again.
Absolutely. At number 9 is Arizona. Now, there'll be some people that say, well, hold on. Iowa State blew the doors off of Arizona. They did, but how long ago was that? I mean, things change from week to week. Had Arizona been blown out by Iowa State a week ago or 2 weeks ago, that would be a different conversation. But it was a month ago. So, no, sorry. Things change with power rankings.
Yeah.
And Iowa State is not playing as well as Arizona. I'm not even sure Arizona's playing great, but I know they're playing better than this. I got Arizona at 9. And they got an opportunity to move up.
I don't know what to think about them, Big B. I don't know. I'm a pass. I don't know what to say at this point. I feel like they're better than what their record says, but whatever.
Well, here's the thing. They're next to at Colorado and home against Kansas.
Oh, no.
I would suspect you win both of those games and get yourself bowl eligible. If you don't, we're going to have another conversation, Arizona Wildcats. We'll have another conversation.
Arizona, you don't want that. He gets really stern in those conversations.
Yeah,
They should win those two.
I'm just such a believer that they're so much better of a program
I
than
agree.
what they were last year. That's my thing about them. They made some changes, necessary changes, and they are so much better for it. I would love for them to be able to be rewarded by getting bowl eligible, because after that, it's Cincinnati, Baylor, and Arizona State. Tough. So I don't know. So the next 2 weeks, you have your opportunity. I hope they take advantage of it. At number 8, I have TCU. Talking about a team that you just don't know what to do with. I don't even know if I'm disappointed in TCU. I just thought they were better, and they're not. And it was a perfect example against West Virginia, a team that you clearly have more talent than, clearly. And yet you literally tried to give the football game away. You just came out, you showed up, you thought, oh, our talent's just going to rule the day. It didn't. You actually had to put some effort into it. You didn't. That's nothing to take away from West Virginia, because West Virginia did give effort, but TCU is better than they are. They just have better players. And for you to show up like that, again, I know technically they're still in the Big 12 race, Fitz, but I give them no shot. I give them no shot to win it because of this inconsistent play that they put out from week to week.
Yeah, they're a two-face. Sometimes they look really good. Sometimes they're hideous. This was hideous. This was not good. I don't know what's going on with them. They have all the signs of a good football team that doesn't want to be a good football team.
Mm-hmm.
We could be really good, or we could go through the motions and look like crap. Let's do that. I don't get it. I don't understand. And they're a little bit lost on who they are right now. But I know this. They got the dudes.
Yeah, they do.
Go act like it.
They do. I don't know. I mean, you look at their schedule, and again, maybe some people are like, oh, Big B, you're just being too hard on them. They're still in the race. Well, they got Iowa State, at BYU, at Houston, and Cincinnati to finish. Now, tell me that, maybe I am wrong. Maybe they get it together. And hopefully they do, because, I don't want anybody to play bad. I just don't believe that they're going to, because, again, they've shown us what they are all year. Maybe that will dramatically change. I don't know, but they just haven't shown that they want to put together complete efforts all the time against good competition. And now they're about to play really good competition, so we'll see.
Yep, agreed.
At number 7, I got Kansas State. There'll be some people that think, oh, come on, you're a homer. I'm like, have you just watched the games? If you just watch the games, Kansas State is basically playing like everybody thought they were going to play at the beginning of the year. This is what Kansas State is playing like. That's it. And that's what power rankings are. They change from week to week. It's just like last year. We were moving. Kansas had a losing record, but they beat 3 ranked teams in a row. You had to continue to move them up over teams that had beat them. Same thing. Kansas State, they're playing so much better than what they were playing a month ago or 2 months ago, for crying out loud. They are a totally different team. This is the team that people thought they were going to be right now, Fitz. But we're going to see on Saturday, because they got Texas Tech coming to town. So we'll see if they can stand up to the test of Tech. But they're playing really good football right now. Best of the season.
At 3-2 in the conference, they're still in contact with the possibility of playing for the Big 12 title. I think 3 losses, you're out in this year. But yeah, you're right. They have Texas Tech coming to Manhattan. If they can win that, they're the real deal. They're a contender. I don't think they will, but I'm also the guy that thought they'd lose in Lawrence. So maybe I don't understand the team I cover, which is bad for me. But I think they are a good team, and they are better than the teams right now. They're better than the 2 teams that have beaten them. And as we've talked about since the start of the kind of getting into a group of schools that are going to have to be sorted out probably by a tiebreaker, lose to teams that aren't going to be in the tiebreaker. That's your key. That's your key to backing into something. And they've done that. So, if they end up tied with those teams, they have 3 losses already. What are we even talking about?
Right.
So they got to go take care of business this weekend. And then they take another off week and get ready for the final 3-game stretch, which has a giant Utah in the middle of the sandwich. So they've got some challenges, but this is a much better football team as we sit here today. Much.
It is. Different team. Again, I keep saying it, but it is the truth. If you've just watched the game, this is the Kansas State team that we all thought we were going to see at the beginning of the year. Took them a while to get here. Went through some hardships to get here, but they're here. We'll see what that means exactly on Saturday. At number 6, Arizona State. I don't think Arizona State is out of it. Again, the 2 teams last year that were in the Big 12 title game, Fitz, both had 2 losses. The problem is who Arizona State has lost to.
Yeah.
That's where their issue is that those teams are going to have to lose a couple of times for them to get in. So it's not that they're totally out of it or that can't happen, because it can. But the difference is that those teams are going to have to really fall down the drain. I still think this is a talented football team. I get that Sam Leavitt got hurt, but I thought the game plan was bad against Houston. I just thought they were running the football and they just stopped. And I didn't get it. They threw the ball too much against Houston, and that was Houston's plan. Houston was like, I bet you won't. We'll just let you throw it, and you won't stick with the run long enough, and they didn't, and they lost. I just didn't like it, but this is where they are. Still think they're talented, but they're at number 6.
Agree. They're hard to figure out. They really are. They're capable of playing at an extremely high level, and then they can just look really bad.
Yeah.
And this was one of them. I'm just amazed at Houston. You and I have been bragging on Willie Fritz since he arrived in the conference.
Yep.
And I'm not used to looking right. I'm really not used to getting things this right. But wow, this is incredible. And Arizona State fell victim to that. They really did.
They did. But I still think Arizona State's talented. I just with who they've already lost to, even if they went out, I just don't think it's going to be possible for them to. Well, I shouldn't say possible. Anything is possible. I just don't think they're going to get to the Big 12. I don't think everything is going to play in their favor to be able to do that. That's all. At number 5, I've got Utah. Look, that was destruction. Oof. You come off of a heartbreaking loss to BYU in the fashion that you did, and then you go out and say, no, that's fine that we lost. Well, it's not fine, but we understand that we lost the game. We're a better football team. And they went out and just beat the ever-living snot out of Colorado. And again, Utah fans, tell me if I'm wrong, and I may be, but from what I understand, I heard some chatter that Utah believed that Colorado ran the score up on Utah last year, and they were a little ticked off by that. And you know me, I could care less. Hey, if you could score 100 points on them, score 100. That's my philosophy. You can rub somebody's nose in it, then do it. It is what it is. And I felt like Utah tried to do that, Fitz. I felt like they tried to score as many points as humanly possible to prove a point. More power to them, man. More power to them.
I love it when programs settle grudges on the field.
Yeah.
Yes. We're not happy with you, Colorado. Thus, we shall destroy you today. Oof. Oh my goodness. They beat the daylights out of Colorado and could have been worse. I think they set Colorado back. I think Colorado hit the reset button because they got so pummeled. It was impressive. And Utah is a really physical football team. They've lost to some really good teams, but man, what a showing that was. I don't care who you're playing. What they did to them was utter humiliation.
Yeah, that was just absolutely ugly. Ugly football, but good for Utah. Good for Utah. Hey, beat the brakes off of them. More power to you, man. More power to you. So that was the next 6. Let's see where we're at.
Go on.
Utah at 5, Arizona State at 6. Ooh, they got Kansas State at 9. Come on. TCU at 7.
Yeah.
Give me a break. No. Iowa State at 8. Whoo, okay.
Yeah.
I guess. Baylor at 10, I guess. I don't know, Fitz. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't feel it here.
Yeah, I mean, again, I know that K-State beat TCU, and I've talked about, hey, teams that, if you lost to somebody, a month ago, things change. Kansas State beat the brakes off of TCU 2 weeks ago. Like, it wasn't like 6 years ago. It wasn't a month, 2 months ago, 2 weeks ago. They destroyed them. So I don't know. I don't know how you have them ahead of them, but it is what it is. It is what it is. And if you looked at TCU, they just don't look like that good of a football team, in my opinion. Though they just don't look like it. So, and they're not playing like it either. Just my opinion. Moving on. At number 4, I've got Houston. Houston, that was a big win on the road. Utah fans might be mad that I moved them ahead of Utah. Look, man, big win on the road. What are you going to do? It is what it is. It is what it is. I like where Houston is at this particular time. They're playing good football. They still got stuff left, Fitz. It's not over for Houston.
No.
I know they're happy at where they're at. They've won 7 football games. They're in the thick of this. They got West Virginia, UCF, TCU, and at Baylor. They got a chance. They have got a chance here to make it to Arlington. Some of the tiebreakers I don't think necessarily work in their favor if teams work out. But hell, I don't even get involved in the tiebreaker stuff until it's absolutely time to, because I'll drive myself insane. But
yep.
I like Houston. They're playing good football. They're winning ugly. They're uglying up a game. But I'll tell you this: they got physical with Arizona State. And they just said, you know what? We'll run for 4 yards. We'll run for 3 yards. We'll run for another 3 yards. We'll get a first down. And that's what they did. Give them credit. They won the football game.
Old school.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do to win a game. That shouldn't be surprising that came from them. I don't think I want to be really honest. I don't think they're a great team. I think they're a very confident, well-coached team. That can overcome a lot. Their schedule is in their favor right now for them to make Arlington.
Yeah.
What a story. What a story.
I mean, it's just like Arizona State from last year. Arizona State was god-awful, killed with sanctions from the previous regime, like the entire regime, athletic director, I think president included, coach, just nonsense that went on at Arizona State. In a solid program, those people just ruined it.
Yep.
You hire a new athletic director, get a new coach. Next thing you know, you can be good. You can be good. This is what Houston has done. They've found the coach. At 65 years old, Willie Fritz is there. There's talk about him leaving, though, Fitz. Look, I like Willie Fritz, and I know that he's moved around and he's a program builder, but this Arkansas stuff is starting to really heat up. I'll be honest, I would think that would be a huge mistake if he left to go to Arkansas. I'm not saying that he would. I've heard it from several people. I think it would be a big mistake if he moved on to Arkansas. I get it. They got a lot of resources, but you're in Houston. And I know the resources aren't as big, but you know what is bigger? Is the recruiting base that you have in Houston to get football players. And wherever you think about Houston as the city, kids love going to Houston and would love to live in Houston and play college football in Houston in the Big 12. I'm sorry. The Houston job right now is better for him than the Arkansas job. I wouldn't be too quick to move on.
Okay. Counterpoint. It's tepid support for Houston football. Between tickets sold and NIL money.
Yeah.
It's got to be frustrating to have a college football program in one of the biggest cities in the States and you can't fill up a stadium. You can come close sometimes. That makes no sense to me. It seems like, hey, it's the hot thing now in town. Let's go see them. Item 2 is the buyouts have gotten so out of control.
Mm-hmm.
If you're Willie Fritz, there's no losing. if you go to Arkansas. You either prove you can do it in the SEC or they give you $50 million to go away and retire. I don't see a downside for Willie Fritz in that decision-making process.
Yeah.
He has toiled at lower ranks in college football where you have started gotten paid better. And certainly Houston pays very well. But the SEC is a whole different financial beast.
It is.
They truly believe the more you pay a coach, the better they will perform, which is the most asinine approach to college athletics that ADs bring to the table. And there's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, you had a winning season. Let me give you a lot more money because now you'll be even better. Makes no sense. But if SEC schools wants to throw around the money, yeah, I'll take that bullet. Yeah. Slap me upside the head. Oh, you don't want to do a 50 million buyout? Okay, let's do 40. I just negotiated down. Oh, damn it. I only get $40 million if I fail. And if I win, I go down in history at Arkansas as, as the guy that turned it around. I think if he gets offered, he does it. There's no way he doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even think about the money side of it, which I know I should because that's first and foremost is the money side of it. And you're right. I was just thinking he's got a good thing going.
He does.
But you know what? You're 100% right. The atmosphere at Arkansas, he'll get the support. Those people show up, and they haven't been good in decades. And they'll still show up. They'll sell out the stadium. If he can turn some things around, I mean, look, I've said this from day one. At Arkansas, if the real Arkansas donors decide, you know what, we want to be good in football, nobody, and I mean nobody, will be able to match it because it's full of Walmart people. So if they decide that we're going to be good in football, we're going to fund this thing, look out. And maybe that's what it would take for him to take the job is say, hey, I need one of them to tap in. And if they do, I'll come. So I don't know. It's tricky. I hate that for Houston because the rumors are really hot right now for him going to Arkansas. It's not like he may not take the job, but those rumors Fitz are real. They're heating up, and it seems like he's the guy that they're targeting. So there's that.
Why doesn't Arkansas pay all of its NIL and Walmart gift cards? And like frozen chickens from Tyson. It'd be great. I would be so happy. I get to go shop at Walmart, which is a little bit higher expectation I have for my clothing purchases, but I'll do it. And I get to hang out there with those people. That's awesome. And I eat a lot of chicken. That's a good NIL deal. No, if those two families want to invest in Arkansas football, I think they're just waiting for the reason.
I think so too.
They're just waiting for the guy to say, this is going to be different.
Yep.
And maybe Willie Fritz is that guy. We'll find out. At number 3, I got Texas Tech. Again, that was just a destruction of Oklahoma State on Saturday. Another test. Looks like they're getting their quarterback back. Man, it was hard to see what happened to Will Hammond. Got hurt, blew out his knee. Again, non-contact injury. You know how that goes. An ACL injury. That was tough. That was tough to watch that happen. I mean, but the guy's a fighter. It is what it is. But they get their quarterback back this week. Supposedly, I think he'll be back. I do.
And they go on the road. It'll be a test for him. I don't know how much of a test because Tech is good. So I don't know how much of a test it'll be. But apparently, this is a big test for them. We'll see. But I got him at number 3 as of this week. Fitz.
I agree. I mean, going into K-State when K-State's playing well, I think it's a good wake-up call for Tech.
Mm-hmm.
Get your quarterback back, get your feet under you. You got a huge game next week. Don't get caught looking ahead.
Yep.
Which, is a real possibility because if you look at K-State and think of the team the first month of the season, you're not going to be ready for the team you're going to play.
Correct.
Or maybe K-State will revert. I don't know, but don't lose sight here. Because Tech is one more loss from basically being out of this because they would be losing to contenders.
Correct. So, yeah, Tech can't lose this game. I'm not saying they're going to. Relax, Red Raider fans. All I'm saying is if they do, and you look at the teams that they've lost to, they're going to be in the same boat as Arizona State.
Yep.
It's like,
Fatal.
we've lost to teams that we need them to lose multiple times to be able to jump over them. So we'll see. Cincinnati, I have at number 2, Fitz. Look, they won differently this past weekend. First of all, they ran the ball, which they do that from time to time. Don't get me wrong. But defense held Baylor to 20.
Yeah.
Which I didn't think they had any defense whatsoever that could do that. I'm not sure anybody had a defense that could hold Baylor to 20. Held them to under 200 yards passing on the day. Cincinnati got after it, Fitz.
They're getting confident.
Yeah.
Now they're not just good, they're confident good.
Yep. And that's a difference.
They're running into the teeth of their schedule now, but they're a pretty fearsome team themselves. So a lot of times you get to the teeth of your schedule and everyone's like, oh, you're about to find out. I think it's the opposite. I think the rest of the Big 12 is about to find out that Cincinnati's not playing around. Yeah. This is an amazing job by Scott Satterfield. Incredible job. We all rave about Willie Fritz. This is wow.
Yep.
Unexpected and fun to watch. They get after you and they love playing football. This team it's kind of like Arizona State was last year. You can just see the joy that they're having in playing good football.
Correct. And that's the thing is that, I mean, there's a lot of Cincinnati fans, and I was a guy too. I just wasn't sold on Scott Satterfield. Wasn't. But he's turned it around. He's got it figured out. He's got them playing. Now, again, you mentioned their schedule. They play at Utah this week. They go to Arizona, or they play Arizona, BYU, and at TCU. So the schedule's not easy to finish. So we'll see exactly what happens, but they got a chance. And that's all you can ask for is a chance. And they absolutely have a chance. So, and then at number 1, no surprise, it's BYU. Look, took advantage of everything Iowa State, was willing to give them last week. Again, Bear Bachmeier outplayed Rocco Beck on the road. Never saw that coming at all. The kid's getting better, Fitz. He's getting better. Threw for over 300 yards against a tough Iowa State defense. And I know they're down some corners. I understand all that. It's still a tough defense in a hostile environment. But he came through, and that defense came through too, Fitz. They're a complete football team at this point. Still got a lot left, but they're a complete football team.
They're getting better.
Yep.
They're getting better. Their freshman quarterback settling in, build a lot of confidence. Yeah. Watch out. They feel like they've got unfinished business from last season. And this is about exactly when it started to go south on BYU a year ago. I don't see that happening. Plus, let's just pause a moment and salute Big 12 football. We just had a game between two teams. The quarterbacks were named Bear and Rocco. It sounds like a 1960s cartoon, the Bear and Rocco show.
Or a 1930s boxing match.
Yeah, it does. Amazing. And one of them's wearing 47, for heaven's sakes. I feel like I've just time traveled into something amazing. So, BYU's a blast to watch. They really are. Kalani Sitake, I bow down to you, man. You're the boss. The way he's put together these last 2 football teams, this one being so unexpected, very impressive.
Yep.
To win with a true freshman quarterback like this, that's splitting the atom, man. That is. You got to get that just right. You're going to screw him up, or you're going to throw him to the wolves. But no, they've massaged him and managed him through the schedule, and now he's pretty confident.
Yep. They were down early in this game too, Fitz. They were down 14, and what turned around the game, that drive right before halftime, going and down and getting a touchdown right before the half, that changed the entire momentum of the football game. I will say this, BYU fans, I promised them I'm never picking them against them again. They have been just, nope, Big B, you got to pick against us, keep fueling the fire, keep doubting us. Sorry, not doing it. BYU at 1. They have Tech at 2, Cincinnati 3. We all agree on Houston at 4. I wouldn't be mad at any of that. I wouldn't be mad. I want to reward Cincinnati for the season that they have and how they're playing. I mean, they're playing good football. So they're playing good. It'd be a one thing if, hey, they got a pretty good record, but they're playing like, TCU. then it would be easy to say, okay, hold the phone a second. But they're not. They're not doing that. So,
I think Tech's wildly talented.
Yeah.
But they have a loss, and we're 2/3 through the regular season, more than halfway through the conference. I'm going to reward the unbeaten team.
Correct.
They've gotten here.
Correct.
That's a process.
Yep, absolutely. So I think this weekend, again, it's going to be it's another weekend, Fitz, of kind of put up or shut up. It's another weekend of that. We're going to find out contenders and pretenders. I think we found out some of that last week. I think we're going to find out a little bit more this week. Should be an interesting weekend inside the Big 12. So I'm going to be on the road. It's going to be the Big 12 Insiders Road Show for a few days. Don't get me wrong. We'll still have shows. We'll still have all that good stuff. But Friday, the game of the week, will be recorded from old Las Vegas. Ladies and gentlemen, your man Big B turns 50. And it's a big one for me because my father didn't make it to 50. My brother didn't make it to 50. I still got a couple of more days, but hopefully I can get there. And so it is a big one for me. So me and my friends, we're all going to celebrate. So again, I'll have all the stuff, again, all your good stuff. I'll be watching football on Saturday, making videos, maybe even a little bit better because I may be a little lathered up, during college football. We'll see. We'll see. So any last thoughts, Fitz?
We need a podcast called Lathered Up. We just watch football drunk. That'd be awesome. Well, congratulations on 50. I'm just going to put this out there, folks. He plans on doing the Friday show. I'm not sure when he's going to do this show because that either involves late night on Thursday or early morning on Friday. There's a chance I'll be doing the show, but I just want you to say Big B really wants to do the show. He absolutely wants. I'm just excited to see what happens with you, Big B.
Yeah, I'll make it work. Don't worry. I'll make it work. So I'm dedicated to all the people out there, dedicated to us. So I appreciate it. But, well, that's all I got, people. I appreciate everybody out there. Again, remember to like, follow, subscribe, get in the comments, and always hit the notification bell so you know exactly when Big 12 Insiders content comes out. Until next time, we will talk to you soon.
Thank you for watching the Big 12 Insiders, your Big 12 sports show. This has been a Spirit Street production.